Hi, I'm Augustine at cheapgreenhomes.com, where we are focused not just on being green, but also being green in terms of your wallet, in terms of your money. It is important to seek out a sustainable lifestyle, but doing that at the expense of your personal budget, your home budget, your business budget, whatever it may be, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You may have a wonderful green lifestyle, but if you have no money in your wallet, you can't enjoy it. So today what I wanted to talk about was that the idea of green construction and learning how to start your first green project. And before I even get into my first step, I've got a little bit of an admission here. I may be pushing and putting information out there with respect to these types of projects, but I'm terrible at construction projects, I'm terrible at home projects, and I even need to go out and talk to the pros every now and then. And so that's the thought process behind this, because I know, well, I have plenty of testosterone, want to do this great project. I realize that I don't always have all the answers. So if you're kind of like me, and I know a lot of you out there probably are, there's a few steps that you can take to find a lot of great information, because with the internet and with social networking, it is very, very easy to get the information that you really need. You may have even stumbled upon this by doing a simple web search. And that's the way to do it. So the first step that I would say is start to search locally. Be it looking up first in your phone book to find, you're going to look up for green or sustainable living construction companies. And you're going to want to ask them about your project. Perhaps they can help you with it in terms of contracting out to them if that's what you want to do, but at least they can provide you, any reputable contractor at least is going to provide you and point you in the right direction in terms of finding out more information. So look in your telephone book first. If you can't find anything in the telephone book, again, online is a great resource. Go to your search engine of choice and look for green, sustainable living construction contractors. Tack on your city or state onto that search engine keywords, and you'll get a little bit better local results. And so that would be the first step in terms of trying to find resources that are near you to help you with whatever project you would like to engage in. The second resource, and I think out of my three tips here, this is probably the best tip to use, which is online communities. That would be the two really big general interest online communities are Facebook and MySpace. But another one that I've stumbled upon recently, it's still in a beta version, but as far as I know, it's growing fairly quickly, that I would also recommend is makemesustainable.com. That's another good website. That one's a niche type of community dedicated towards sustainable living, and I would recommend taking a look and signing up there if you like. With the first two websites, Facebook and MySpace, if you don't have profiles on one or both of those, I would highly recommend getting them. If your concern is your security, your privacy, that sort of thing, both of those websites offer several ways to keep yourself private and only reach out to those individuals who you want to reach out to. When you're in one of those or both of those types of websites, you can search for groups or mini communities within the larger website of like-minded people to you, people who are maybe interested in this project or that project in terms of green or sustainable living. And you can even look up those types of groups that may be local to you. Say I live in Dallas, Texas. I can search and try to find individuals who are like-minded, who are interested in sustainable living projects in that area. And so not only can I contact them online, but if they live near me, maybe I can ask them to come over, give me a hand. Obviously, you need to be a little careful with that because you're dealing with strangers, but if you've done your due diligence, it's a great way to get right to somebody who may know a lot more about the project that you're doing, or may have done the project that you want to do before. The third thing that I would recommend is, and this is particularly when you're getting to the point where, okay, I've got a project, I know what I want to do, but I'm just not quite sure of the types of tools or the types of equipment or the basic hardware that I need to pull this project together. I would recommend going to your area non-chain hardware stores and asking there, and maybe even getting some of your supplies there would be a good way of saying thanks. I'm not here to diss on the larger chain stores. I do a lot of my shopping at larger chain stores. However, the advantage of going to a smaller store, more of a kind of mom and pop sort of store, is number one, some of your supplies that you buy there may be more locally sourced, which in terms of transporting those items into the store, there is less of a footprint, a carbon footprint on the environment. But also, the people who run those stores, because they have to compete against the bigger box stores, they have to compete based upon customer service, because in many cases they're not going to beat the Home Depots or the Lowe's or any of the other larger types of stores. They're not going to beat them necessarily on price, so they have to beat them with phenomenal customer service and a very knowledgeable staff. And I find that is what you'll find at a smaller or more local type of hardware store. So those are a few great tips that you can use, and actually those can be used whether you're looking for a green or sustainable type of living project, or you're just looking for tips on fixing the hole that you put in the wall last week. So enjoy those, and if you're interested in any additional information with regards to sustainable living tips, money that you may be eligible for in terms of either grant money or tax incentives, you can go to cheapgreenhomes.com and you can get more information. Thanks a lot for listening. Have a great day.